In this section, let's learn about dependency injection. So far we have this package right here following the n-tier architecture with the right naming convention. So we have 4 classes, and what is missing is that they are not linked. So right here, you can see that they are empty, and the customer repository is empty. But actually what I want to show you is the customer controller, my bad. So in here, so if I expand that, so this class right here should really be talking to the service layer, and then the service layer to the data access, and then all the way back. So how do we actually instantiate? So what is the best way for us to instantiate the customer service? So you would be tempted to do the following. So private, and then final customer, and then service, customer service equals to new, and then customer service, right? So this is one option. And then inside of the customer service, so in here, let's just say that, so let's just go back to customer service, or actually let's just take this exact same method, and then inside of customer service, let's paste that inside, go back, and then here we can say, so return customer service dot get customer, right? So this is one way of doing things, or slightly better is to have a constructor. So constructor, and then inside of the constructor, so this is as follows. So I'm going to take that and then put it inside of the constructor, and then remove the final keyword there, and then remove all of this, right? So this is one option of doing things. However, so let me actually show you that this works. So let's start the server. There we go, server up and running. And if I send the request, so in here, so let me send the exact same request, you can see that we get James Bond. So we actually have the service, or we have the REST layer talking to the service layer for some data. So this is actually really bad. So we should never do this. So using the new keyword within constructor. So this was a long time ago, way before we had dependency injection frameworks that allowed us to improve our code. So in here we have a problem where if we want to test this class, then we are in big trouble, because as soon as we instantiate this class, we actually instantiate a real instance of customer service. And what happens if we want to have the same customer service in another class? Then we also have to instantiate it again, and basically that is bad code. So testing, so it's a big problem, and it's not the right pattern here. So what we really should be doing is use dependency injection. So dependency injection opens the doors to so many good things, and one of them is that we don't have to do this anymore. So we don't have to do this right here, and instead we should be saying that we're going to inject a customer and then service. So just like that. So we should say this dot and then customer service equals to customer service. So this is the right approach, and here I can say final, right? So now we are gaining immutability in here as well. Now obviously this is not going to work because we haven't instantiated this customer service class right here. So this customer service, we haven't instantiated so that we can inject it inside of this constructor. So to do that, using dependency injection with Spring Boot and Spring, it's as easy as going to the customer service, and then here we can say add and then component. So what this does, it creates a bean. So this is now a bean that we can inject in multiple places. And the cool thing is that this customer service is a singleton. So if we inject it in many different classes, we are getting the same instance instead of creating multiple objects of the same class. So you can see the benefits of dependency injection. Now in here, you can see that this error went away, and we can use the add and then auto wired. So again, this is actually optional. We don't have to do this, but in here, what we're saying is we want to auto wire, or we want to inject the customer service right here. And you'll see the power of dependency injection, because later I will show you how to switch implementations based off an interface. But right now, if I restart the application, you can see this works. And if I send the request, there we go. You see that this is still working. So this is awesome. So there we go. This was a quick intro on dependency injection, and you'll see more and why it is important for us to use these annotations to instantiate a bean. So here, so a bean that we can inject into other classes. And you can see my IDE actually has this bean icon right here, which is really nice. And there you have it. This is dependency injection in action.